Hey everyone, Dave here, and I thought I'd tell you a little story today that is deeply meaningful to me, and I hope that maybe it can impart some meaning and inspire you in some way. Just before I start on this short story, you know, January has this reputation as a month that is dark and depressing and dismal, but you know, look around. It's absolutely beautiful, crystal clear, clean air. Azure blue skies and the sun's just setting over there, even against this barren landscape. Absolutely beautiful day. So my dad died on the 18th of October, and I firmly believe that he sent me a sign a few days later. I was walking down my road. I can't remember where it was going, probably nowhere, just on a walk. And this lone sycamore floated down and landed in my pocket here. Just landed there, nestled itself in the pocket of my coat right there. And I was intrigued. First of all, what were the chances of that happening? 1 trillion to 1, I don't know. And secondly, what did it mean? What did it mean? It must have meant something. It did mean something. Anyway, so I looked up. What does the sycamore tree symbolize? And it symbolizes divinity, eternity, strength, and protection. So for me, that was a sign sent by my dad to tell me that everything's going to be okay, and that I was needed, and that I did have the strength, and I was protected by him, by God, and that set amongst all of the turmoil that I was feeling and continue to feel, that my role in this realm of existence is absolutely crucial. So I've kept that sycamore, and I'll always keep it, because I firmly believe in the message that lone sycamore has imparted to me. Now, why am I telling this story? Well, I thought it's a nice story, and it's, as I say, it's deeply meaningful to me. But I want to tie it into my book. So on the Friday before my dad passed, in the criminal and horrific circumstances that I know a lot of you will be aware of, I'd finished my book. I'd literally sent it to the editor, to the publisher, to begin the editing process. And I'd been told that there was a 6 to 8 week timeline on that. And they were going to work with me to ensure that the book, my first book, which is also called The Imperfect Individual, would be out before Christmas. I was really excited. You know, culmination of a lifetime of observation, and again, it's that word meaning. This book that I've written, based on, as I say, a whole life of just observing the world and trying to make sense of it and my own place within it. That was the culmination of all of that. A legacy, as well as something that I could be proud of, a legacy for future generations. Anyway, as I say, my dad the following Monday passed. And even, you know, amid those harrowing circumstances, I thought about my book, and I thought, that can't go to print yet. I need to say something. I need to write another chapter. I need to write another chapter about my dad. I need to somehow tie in the story that I've just told you there with the content of the book, which at its deepest essence is about life and death, and the strange and fretful attitude that many in the West have toward both life and death. Something that my dad didn't have. He lived life to the full. He wasn't fearful. He wasn't cowed. He lived his life, and enjoyed every moment of his existence on this, in this realm that we currently occupy. But obviously I wasn't ready to write that chapter. I didn't know what to write. I was in no place to write. So it wasn't until about 6 weeks later that I did write the chapter. I wrote half of it one Monday afternoon, and then got a bit of a block, and then I wrote the other half of it the next Monday afternoon, and then I sent off the final finished manuscript. And that chapter has so much meaning for me. Not only does it tie together and kind of clarify and crystallise the themes that I explore in the book, but it's a tribute to my dad as well. Because even in death, you can find deep, deep meaning, make more sense of your own place in the world. So I wanted to share that with you. The book now is undergoing the editing process, you know, as we speak, which will be finalised hopefully by the start of February. That's the new timeline. So I'm hoping that the book will be out sometime in March, maybe mid to late March. As I say, I'm not excited anymore, but you know, it still will be for me a deep kind of recognition and a symbolization of everything that I've been trying to bring to the world, really. And more to the point, I try to describe the problems that we face very clearly in the book and provide solutions as well. So as I say, at its deepest essence, it's all about life and death, and why has the West got such a warped attitude to it at the moment, albeit things are starting to change as the world wakes up. And you know, embedded within are other themes such as ideology versus ideas. I talk a lot about fear, and again, one of the central tenets to the book as well, one of the central ideas is the concept of the individual, and to what extent has the concept, the idea, the sovereignty of the individual been diminished in recent years, in recent decades, and what dangers does that pose. So yeah, there is a crowdfunding campaign that I've got for the book as well. So if you do believe in what I'm doing, if I provide value to you in any way, or if you just want to support what I'm doing and support me, I've got a crowdfunding campaign as well. So if you click on the link in the description, you can access that. Please feel under no obligation whatsoever. Only if you did want to make a contribution, very gratefully received. But as I say, no pressure at all on that. I just wanted really to, hopefully, to try to describe how even in these very, I was going to say trying times, they're not. That doesn't do it justice. In fact, I often feel as if I'm unable to describe how I feel at the moment. You know, almost feel like I'm operating beyond the limits of what, you know, what any human being should really be able to absorb and tolerate. But obviously I'm not. I'm stronger than I think. So I hope that it gives some kind of, like, as I say, meaning, some inspiration, some hope that if we don't feel happy, if we don't feel hopeful, one thing that they can't take away from us is no matter our circumstances, we can still provide. We can still imbue our lives with meaning. We can still pursue purpose, and we can still try to find our deepest essence. And that's what the world needs at the moment. That is my passionate belief. So, you know, I hope that that makes sense to you. I hope that in some way you can resonate with this story. Particularly maybe if I know one or two of you have got in touch with me and said you've also lost loved ones, and it doesn't matter what the circumstances are when you lose a loved one. As I now know, somebody who's very close to you, the process that you go through is horrendous. It's challenging, it's harrowing, it's traumatic, and that's what I'm hopefully trying to provide, you know, some value in that, even set amidst those circumstances, those unfair and unjust circumstances, that I guess we still have a responsibility, really. I still have a responsibility to be my best self, to live through my values and to live through my dad's values. That have become even clearer to me since he passed, actually. His legacy is there for me and lives through me, and I hope that, you know, in some way through these videos and certainly through the book, as I say, will be released soon, that I can show that. So there we go, that's the story for today, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my walk. Hope you're all good. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.